These are a couple of Poblano peppers. And you can see that one is just about 6 inches long there roughly. This one's a little bit shorter. It's just almost 5. And this is about average size. They can get a little bit bigger sometimes that I've seen them. And these are a very mild chili pepper. They really work well for Mexican dishes. You can stuff them with whatever your favorite ingredients might be. You can use them to make a chili relleno, either deep fried or fried on the griddle. I'm probably going to use these as more of a stuffed chili, I think. And you can cook them 2 different ways, I guess you could say. You can roast them on the outside. With a flame is best, and it'll char this outer skin, and you can peel it off, and it'll be nice and tender to use that way. You can just slice them open and stuff them and put them in the oven or on the grill without taking the skin off. It's a very, very thin, thinner than most chili peppers, and it is edible. It's a little bit chewier, but it's not. Chewy isn't the right word for it. I guess it would be better to say it's not as tender as it would be if you charred the skin and removed it. I'm going to go ahead and char it because I think you might like to see that, and it adds a little bit more of a flavor profile to it as well. So let's get these outside. I'm going to do them over the burner on the grill, and we'll get things going. See you there. There's the Poblano peppers I was showing you earlier. We got them on the burner outdoors here on my grill, and I'm letting them char up, and I'll show you how they look here in just a second when I turn them over and see how they look at that point. There we go. You can see a little bit better now how they're looking there. You can hear them sizzling and crackling and popping a little bit. Here's those 2 Poblano peppers I charred on the burner outside. I put them in this plastic bowl as soon as I took them off the burner so that they'll stay nice and hot and steam, and that will loosen the exterior skin much easier that way. They've been in there about 10 minutes or so. Get a look at them that way. See how that skin is all charred now? You can easily scrape it off. If you want, you can do it under some gently running water and then just throw this skin away. If you leave a little bit on there, don't worry about it. It just adds a nice little charred flavor to the chilies. I'm making a mess here on the counter so you can see how that works and how that looks. But these are really excellent. They're very, very mild. Their heat barely registers on the Scoville scale. It's so low, so minor. So anybody can eat these, even if you don't like hot stuff. It's got great flavor, and it's a lot of fun, something different. If you haven't tried one before, be sure and give it a try. They're pretty cheap, and they're very tasty, and lots of good stuff. I'll keep taking the skin off of these, and let you see how they look when I slice them open to remove the seeds and get ready to stuff some nice mushrooms and onions, maybe some corn, some rice, whatever I have left over in the fridge probably. So we'll see you back in a few minutes. You can cut them in half and then just stuff each half. You can cut a slit, stuff the interior. You can cut the end off of it and stuff it from the end, since this end portion where the stem isn't edible anyways. But I think this time I am just going to go slice right down the side. Stop before you get an inch to the end. Carefully cut through it and stop like at least an inch, inch and a half before you reach the end. And do the same thing on the other one. A bunch of seeds in here, and the ribs are pretty minor. I wouldn't worry about those very much. It's not very hot. The seeds are edible. They're just really crunchy. So I try to take them out as much as possible. Once I get most of them out, I just go ahead and rinse it to get the rest of them out. I went ahead and tore on me down there. That's not a big deal. It'll be all right. If you miss a few seeds, like I say, it's not a big deal. They won't hurt you. This is where you can get creative and add whatever you like. I'm going to saute the fillings a little bit just to get some more extra flavor to them and make everything work together better. So I'm going to start with some mushrooms I have left over. I'm even going to put some leftover broccoli in there. Again, this is whatever you like, whatever you have laying around or whatever you happen to really want. And I'm also going to put some corn in there. I'm going to saute this for a couple, 3 minutes or so till it starts to shrink down a little bit. Then I'm going to add some chicken and some cooked chicken. I've got some extra diced chicken here I'm going to use. And I've got some leftover rice. I'm also going to use some of that too. So let me get this back on the stove and get it sauteed. Since this is going to be a Mexican style dish I'm making, I'm going to add some Mexican seasonings here. I buy a premix. It's pretty decent stuff. If you like to mix your own or give it a try, you can do that, whatever works best for you. Or you can just go mild, little salt, little pepper, little garlic, whatever you think will tickle your taste buds, go with that. And I'll put this back on the burner and get it going more. That's cooked down a little bit. I'm going to add the chicken and some rice. Don't worry about the quantities. It's not a big deal. You can use whatever portions you want, whatever amount of each one that you like. If there's a little extra, that's okay. That just means being my lunch for tomorrow for a burrito probably. There we go. All I got to do now is carefully start putting some inside. Spread it around a little bit so it fills the bottom. Push it down in the back underneath that stem a little bit if you can, if it's big enough to do that. And I'm going to cook these on the grill outside. It's preheated probably 15, maybe 20 minutes. Everything's already cooked. Just need to bring it all together. Stuff a little bit down into the point of that Poblano Pepper. They're almost ready to go. The last thing, take a little bit of your favorite cheese. I'm using a sharp cheddar. You can use Monterey Jack or pepper jack, or even something mild like a mozzarella or a provolone, or you can go really bold with gorgonzola or whatever you happen to like, or whatever you happen to push a little bit down into the point area there. To make it easy, I'm going to cook them in an aluminum pan here. Little spray on the bottom there to keep them from sticking too much. And out to the grill. There, I've got the left and the right burner turned on, and I've got the middle burner turned off, and they're starting to cook very nicely. We'll close it up and let them cook for a while. There they are, cooking on the grill. Cheese is pretty well melted. Looks like they're pretty much ready to come off. I think I'll go ahead and grab them and bring them on inside, and we'll plate them up. Looks good to me from here. Hot in off the grill. Looking pretty nice and cheesy and delicious looking there. See if I can get them off and onto a plate without making too much of a mess. There we go, that turned out pretty good. Now all it needs is a little sour cream. And a little guacamole. And last but not least, a few diced tomatoes. Closer up shot. It's a stuffed poblano pepper with just some stuff I had left over in the refrigerator. Some rice, some chicken, some broccoli, some mushrooms, and I forgot what all I put in there. But let's take a bite of it now, and we'll see if it tastes as good as it looks. Very good, very good. See all the stuffing there and everything. Give it a try, see what you think. Stuffed poblano pepper from CookNGobble videos.